US F-16 offer includes additional 12 aircraft. Philippine Navy confirms use of Bullfighter Decoys. Please like and share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Some additional information has come out of the United States offer of their F-16 fighter aircraft to the Philippines in an article by the Philippine Star recently. And the first information is that it will be for a dozen F-16 Block 70 Viper version, but that its cost will definitely go beyond the budget of 61 billion Philippine pesos that is set for the multi-role fighter aircraft acquisition project of the Philippine Air Force. However, as incentive for the reactivation and expansion of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation for America, the United States is said to be offering an additional 12 aircraft if the Philippines buys the F-16. I assume that these additional aircraft will be for free if we buy the first dozen aircraft, but the article only uses the word possibility for them, so this is a bit hazy and doesn't even seem to be a sure thing. Also, no details on what these additional F-16s will be. Will they be brand new or second-hand? Also, what version will these be? Will they still be Block 70 aircraft or not? Based on my last video where I also talked about the F-16 offer, the Americans' offer seemed to be for second-hand aircraft since the word transfer was used in describing it. If so, then the additional dozen aircraft will likely be second-hand also. But the big question there is if these will be the latest or will be upgraded to the latest Block 70 version. Another question is, also from my last video it was mentioned that the offer includes spare parts and maintenance for 5 years. Will this be true also for these additional aircraft or not? As I have mentioned before, I am not happy about getting more military aircraft from the Americans, but then again at least they didn't prohibit the sale of their aircraft to the Philippines like what the Swedes did with their Gripen aircraft to the administration of Rodrigo Duterte. Meanwhile, the Philippine Navy recently confirmed the use of the Bullfighter Decoy system on their Jose Rizal-class guided missile frigates when they recently did a test fire of them off the coast of Zambales. They also did another live fire test of the Bullfighter Decoys later that was witnessed by President Bongbong Marcos, and which was streamed live to the public. The notice of award for these decoys was released to the South African company Rheinmetall Denel Munitions Party Limited last August of 2021. With the contract being worth 348 million Philippine pesos, or 6.96 million United States dollars assuming the exchange rate back then of 50 pesos per dollar. At that time, there was no mention of what particular model Rheinmetall will be providing to the Navy. I just assumed it was the Bullfighter system since that was what was available on their website, but now it is good that we have this confirmation. The Bullfighter is a good system as it combines chaff and infrared decoys in one system, allowing it to potentially defeat a broader range of missiles whether it is using radar and/or infrared guidance systems. I believe that this acquisition and use of decoys is another first for the Philippine Navy. They have had a lot of firsts with these Jose Rizal frigates. I think this is the first time that the live fire tests of these types of decoys were revealed to the public. To summarize, the United States offer of their F-16 fighter aircraft also reportedly included another dozen aircraft likely for free, which was tied to the reactivation and extension of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation for America, and the Philippine Navy confirmed that use of the Bullfighter Decoys for their Jose Rizal-class guided missile frigates, and did live fire tests of them. Thank you for watching the video. I invite you again to like and share it, and subscribe to the channel.